everyone, how are we doing today? It's a chilly morning, October morning here on the Mendocino coast, but it's still absolutely beautiful. Got my jacket on, got my hot coffee, and just sitting here enjoying the morning view. I love just sitting here in my van, my doors open, just looking at this gorgeous ocean, these headlands. I've been I haven't been everywhere, but I've been a lot of places, and I never get tired of this view. To me, the Mendocino coast is probably the most beautiful coastline that I've ever seen. And I love being here. I never get tired of just sitting and staring at it all day long. It was a beautiful area, and I love it here. I want to talk to you guys today about whether or not van life is right for you. So I know a lot of you watching my videos probably aren't van lifers. Maybe a lot of you are thinking about being van lifers, or you know people who are thinking about being van lifers. So I got a few ideas for you guys to kind of think about, to try out, see if van life is right for you before you take the plunge. In my opinion, the best way to decide if van life is right for you is rent a van. And there's plenty of them out there. Van life is becoming really, really popular. A lot of people are trying it out. So a lot of companies and individuals that are renting out vans, you can try it out. You can rent a van like mine. You can rent a small, a camper van, one of those big Mercedes Sprinter vans, an RV if you want. You can rent something with like no kitchen, no bathroom. You got to bring your own stuff. Like I got, my stove, You can rent those kind. You can rent it up to everything in it. A shower and toilet and full kitchen and gray tank, black tank, all that stuff. You can get all the bells and whistles if you want to try it out. I recommend renting a van, taking it out there, living in it for a while, see if that works for you. Don't commit to anything, just rent the van. The first thing I recommend doing with the van is go camping. Go to the woods. Go to a campground, or better yet, find BLM land if it's near you, or a Forest Service road, or somewhere where you can just go and boondock in the middle of nowhere. Try it out. See how you feel being in the woods with nature surrounding you and animals and everything else. Kind of, creepy crawlies, bugs. See if you can handle it. If camping is not something you do normally, do that. Give it a shot. See how it is. Before I did van life, I hadn't been camping since I was 12 years old. So we're talking almost 40 years it had been since I went camping. But I remember camping as a kid. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. So for me, taking the plunge into van life, wasn't really a huge deal. I didn't have to go camping to do that. But I enjoyed it, and I do recommend that you try that out first. The other thing I highly recommend when you rent a van is do some city stealth camping. It might sound silly, like why would I rent a van and stay in town? A big part of van life is parking in the city. Most van lifers have to do it. It's rare that a van lifer never has to sleep in a city. Basically, even if you spend most time in the backcountry, hiking, mountain climbing, just boondocking somewhere, you got to go back to town to get supplies, you got to get gas, And a lot of times you're traveling through to somewhere else, you're going to have to stop off for the night to sleep somewhere. So camping is allowed in your city, do it. If it's not, find somewhere else to go. Park on the street. Park in a parking lot. Try a residential street. Try a busy street. Try different streets. Try different areas to sleep in, because you may get somewhere and not have a choice. You may have to only sleep in the parking lot of a Home Depot or a Walmart. Or you may only be able to park on the side of a relatively busy road. So make sure that you can sleep with cars going by, people walking by you, people talking, saying things. Some people may walk by and be like, oh, it's a van. They may actually be talking about you. So do that. Try it out. Make sure that kind of sleeping, that kind of, stealth city camping works for you, that you can handle that you're not too scared or too bothered, or it's not too noisy. Try all that out first. See how it works out for you. Use a poo bucket or a composting toilet or some other toilet. Use something. If the van you rent doesn't have a bathroom in it, try to see if you can rent something. Rent a composting toilet or rent a cartridge toilet. a luggable loo costs like $20, so it's a minimal investment to make to see if something will work for you. Really make sure that pooping in your van, in your home, is something you can handle, because it's not for everyone. I use, as you all well know, I use a luggable loo. And the same little area where I cook, eat, read, edit videos, write, watch TV, and poop, all in one area. So where I'm sitting right now is where my luggable loo sits when I go to the bathroom. I have pee bottles. I kneel down right here and use the pee bottle. So make sure that you can handle that. And there's going to be a smell. Figure out ways you can take care of that smell. Just make sure that you're comfortable doing that in your van, because unless you're lucky enough to be able to always stop somewhere or there's a public toilet, it's not always that easy. And, you know, a lot of the younger people, when you're young, you can go, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. You can wait 5 minutes to go somewhere and find a bathroom. I'm 52. I'm a middle-aged man, and I'm getting to the point where if I gotta go to the bathroom, I can't wait 5 minutes to find a bathroom. When I gotta go, I gotta go. So I have that luggable loo when I'm in a spot where I can't get to a bathroom very quickly. And it doesn't bother me. It really doesn't. It's actually never bothered me, ever. But again, I'm by myself. Sometimes if there's a smell, I'm getting used to it. I have had friends come over and, like, not get inside the van, but, like, hang out and talk. And I've asked them, do you smell anything? They're like, no, not at all. I use a lot of air freshener. I open the doors and windows whenever I can to air the van out. But again, there might be times where like when I was in Bend over the wintertime, I couldn't open the window or crack the door open when I used the bathroom because it's freezing cold outside. So I had to do that and just spray a lot of air freshener and hope that my van wouldn't stink until I got up in the morning and could roll the windows down or get somewhere to air it out. So try that out. Make sure it works for you. This is probably the biggest thing I would recommend that you think about when you want to do van life. Are you single or are you traveling with a partner? Being single, it's easier because I can go wherever I want, whenever I want. I spent the last 6 months here in Mendocino working and, just exploring the area, and I love it. But if I had a partner, she may not want to stay here for 6 months. I could get up in the morning and be like, oh, I'm going to go down to Mendocino, or I'm going to go up north to this little vista spot, or I'm going to go out on the 20 and hit some camping sites and do some camping. She may not want to do that. Or she may get up and go, let's go here, and I may not want to do that. So it's really hard to be with someone if you're not both on the same page all the time. And if you're not willing to compromise, that's a huge issue. The other thing is, too, you may love each other more than life itself, but being together 24/7 puts a real strain on a relationship. Back in '99, I was an actor, and I worked for a traveling theater company. We did children's shows, and it was me and a partner and a van, very similar to this, what I live in now. We had a Ford cargo van. And we carried all our sets and props and costumes in it. We got motel rooms. The company paid for motel rooms for us to stay in, but the van was used to transport us and all our equipment around. But we were the only two people in each other's lives, because when you're on the road like that, there is no one else there. And she was basically a stranger. It was like we had met a few weeks before, did rehearsals for the play, and then went on the road. And that was really, really hard. It was very difficult. Now, yes, we barely knew each other. We weren't even friends, and unfortunately, we didn't even get along very well, which made it even more difficult. But even if you're in love with someone and you get along great, traveling together and being together 24/7 can put a real strain on your relationship. So if you have a partner and they're interested in it too, again, rent that van, go out there for a week. Both of you, don't take a week off from work. And spend 24/7 together for a week and see how it goes. And if you're not ready to kill each other at the end of that week, you might be ready for it. But try it out, because the last thing you want to do is get the van, take the plunge, move out of, sell your house or move out of your apartment, and the both of you get in that van, and within a few a week or two, you're like, I can't stand being with you anymore. Don't get to that point. So try it out. Make sure you can do it. That's huge. That really, because if you can't stand traveling together and being together that much, it's just going to make your van life miserable. And finally, educate yourself. Obviously, it seems like an obvious thing. Educate yourself. There's so many different ways to learn about van life. I spent 2 years watching YouTube videos, learning all I could about van life. I watched van build videos, just people traveling and what they do, in the backcountry and hiking or just staying in the city. I made a point of watching videos titled "Van Life Sucks" or "I'm quitting van life" or "I'm done with van life" or that. I made a point of watching those videos because I wanted to see the negative side. I wanted to hear people tell me why they hate it. Because someone says, "Well, I hate it because of this," and I'm like, "Ooh, that's a huge deal to me. I don't know if I can handle that or not." So I watch those videos. Although be careful, "I quit van life" or "Van life is over" is a very popular clickbaity thing that a lot of people are using, and usually 9 times out of 10 when the title is "I'm quitting van life," it usually means they're changing vehicles. They're going from a van to a larger camper or a truck camper, or they're changing the kind of vehicle they're living in. Maybe they got a schoolie, I don't know. So be careful. I think I've only really seen 2 videos where people have said, "I quit van life," and they were legitimately quitting van life. Like one guy in San Diego, can't remember his name, he was legitimately quitting van life. He didn't like it. The other lady, Lady Bug Out, one of my favorite YouTubers. If you guys should check her out. If you're interested in learning more about van life, check out her channel, Lady Bug Out. She does a lot of videos on helpful gadgets to have or helpful hints, things like that. She does a lot of videos like helpful hints for van life. So it's definitely a great person to check out if you're interested in learning more. Check her video out. But the last video she put out, she is saying I may have to quit van life, and the reason being her van has some serious issues going on with the engine and she doesn't know if she can afford to fix it, so she may have to quit, which really sucks. And she was very sad about that. But again, watch those videos, see why people are saying I don't want to do this anymore. I have a video out made a long time ago called "Things I Hate About Van Life" or "What I Hate About Van Life." I'll connect at the end of this video. There'll be a connection to that video if you want to watch that one after this. So again, educate yourself, learn as much as you can, try it out, rent a van, or if you have a friend who has a van, that you can just kind of like a cargo van, you can throw a mattress or an air mattress in and just go out there and try it out. See if you can handle the small space. Give it a shot, and that way when you're ready to make the plunge, you've done it, or you have a really good idea if you can handle it or not. So again, I just took the plunge. I learned a lot about it, and I realized that's be something that would be really fun for me. I did take the plunge, and fortunately, I'm 2 years later still doing it. So thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you have questions or you just want to say something, leave a message. All of that, or comment, all of that really helps me grow the algorithm, move up. I'm over 1,000 subscribers now as of filming this video, so I'm growing and growing, and I'm really excited about all that. All of you who have been with me for a while since the beginning, I really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. And if you want to support me even more, you can actually go on to Patreon, be a Patreon member. You can do it for $4 a month or $8 a month. Every little bit helps me out, and the more I get, the more I can actually quit working a static job and just stay on the road full time, having lots of adventures and sharing them with you guys and taking you guys along with me as I live this fringe, interesting lifestyle. So thanks a lot, you guys. I appreciate your support. I love you very much. Have a great one. Be well.